Hey guys, day 4. Today I was kind of tossing around whether I should do Wendy's or Starbucks, but then we ended up going to Target and Starbucks was there, so I thought, oh, I guess I'll just go ahead and do Starbucks today. And actually, depending on like which Starbucks you go to, there's in terms of the food, there's some have a little bit of food, some have a lot of food, so it kind of depends where you're at. That's depending on which one you go to is going to kind of depend on how many options you have. But all in all, Starbucks actually has a lot of really good choices, especially compared to a lot of like quote unquote fast food restaurants. I think that kind of like the audience that Starbucks tries to cater to is a little more into health in general. So I think that's just kind of part of their brand. In terms of the drinks, I typically stick to what I always get is an a grande iced decaf Americano with coconut milk, and then I put my own stevia in it. I think they also have almond milk, and actually I didn't know that they had stevia, but someone told me that they do have stevia, so you don't even, I guess, need to carry around your purse if you want to go there. That's what I get, or any regular or decaf coffee. I try to not put I don't use regular milk when I go there, but maybe if you want to do like a latte with almond milk, wouldn't be too bad. But I would definitely try to avoid any of the pumps of flavorings, things like that, or regular sugar. Just unnecessary and just adds, extra calories and, too much sugars in our diet already. Contributes to things like diabetes and, weight gain, excess weight gain, which none of us want. So that's my picks for the drinks. Food, there's actually a lot of good food picks. In terms of snacks, they've got, I typically will always get almonds. They have plain almonds there, or they have those That's It bars that I freaking love. I'm seriously obsessed with them. Oh, sorry, it was messaging me. They've also got these apple baked chips that they're literally just apples and they're baked. So that's again not, that's a good choice. They also have fruit, typically in the glass. They'll have a seasonal fruit blend, which is another good choice. They do have yogurt parfaits, but I actually think that those have a ton of sugar in them, so I typically avoid those. Also just because I typically avoid dairy most of the time, not all the time. Just because I'm kind of sensitive to it, but I mean you may not be, but just because you don't get stomach issues or whatever from dairy, don't assume that you aren't sensitive to dairy. And honestly, the reason that a lot of people are sensitive to dairy, the reason why I'm sure I'm sensitive to dairy is because it's not like it's not like you were necessarily born sensitive to dairy. And actually, if you don't have any other health problems, maybe you're young or whatever, really pasteurization kills the good bacteria in dairy. Really, as far as I know, lots of things that I've read say that even people that are lactose intolerant can even have unpasteurized dairy, because in the dairy, before we kill bacteria in it, it has the bacteria that you need to digest it. But since we pasteurize it, it kills the bad bacteria along with the good bacteria, and that's why a lot of people have issues digesting it. The reason I'm sensitive to dairy is because I probably just through the 25 years of eating crap, probably I've destroyed my intestinal lining a little bit. It's not super uncommon. And then what happens is little particles of food over time, they'll leak into your bloodstream. And what happens is, I don't want to lose you guys on this, but I just want to tell you why. What happens is then your body creates an immune response to that food, because if it's in your bloodstream and it's not supposed to be there, like I said, it creates an immune response. Then anytime you have that food, that's how you become sensitive to it. It's because over the years it's been leaked into your bloodstream, and you've created an immune response to it. So that's probably why I'm sensitive to dairy now. I probably wasn't always, but probably I have little holes in my gut that are hopefully healing now because I eat a lot better. But like I said, I've probably already created that sensitivity to the dairy. Okay, but they have lots of other good things. They've got oatmeal, and honestly, their oatmeal you can get without brown sugar. That's a good breakfast choice. If you're not sensitive to grains or anything like that. Again, you never know until you test foods out, until you kind of do a detox and then test. That's what I do in a lot of my groups. They also have a protein bistro box. That's good. It's got like an egg, cheese, peanut butter. It also has like bread in it. I would just throw the bread out probably. It's just not necessary. And I love peanut butter, even though a lot of people are reactive to that too. Almond butter is better, but I still love me some peanut butter. I love me all nut butters. Honestly, like I am just a nut butter loving fool, man. Like I could just eat that stuff right out of the container, never get sick of it. It's kind of a tragedy because it's like super high calorie, but I mean, hey, all nut butters have their place in my world. What else do we got here? Okay, so for breakfast, they actually have, what is this? I can barely read my writing here. Sorry, guys. Okay, they've got a reduced fat turkey bacon and cage-free egg white breakfast sandwich. That is a mouthful. It's a white English muffin. English muffin, again, is not great, but it's a better choice. Cage-free, egg white, turkey bacon. Has a lot of sodium, but hey, better choice. And then cheese, you can get it with or without the cheese, but that's like 230 calories. I mean, this is great for like keeping weight down, you know. There's a few things on there that maybe aren't like optimal for health, but again, better choice. They've got the spinach and feta and cage-free egg wrap. That's another good choice, less than 300 calories. You can get it with or without the cheese if you want. And then they also have a zesty chicken and black bean salad bowl. I'd get it with the dressing on the side and just do a drizzle. They've got a hearty veggie and brown rice salad bowl. I believe it's vegan. Definitely vegetarian. And again, I would just get if it's got dressing, I would just get that on the side and just drizzle a tiny bit. So yeah, Starbucks has a lot of good options. Hopefully that gives you guys some tips. Comment below if you want to go in for the checking in every day prize. And tomorrow I'll also post a little bit about the next group that we have coming up. It's going to be called Burn It for the Birds. It's going to be starting November 1st.